GN Sports Show, powered by the Calvin Ayre Foundation.
Good evening and welcome to Season 5 of the GN Sports Show with me, George Sour Dublin.
And I'm Terry Andrew. In our Rising Star segment, you'll see some of the young rising stars from Generation Next. We'll be talking with Annalie Walter and Marvin Edwards III. They are on the 7 players at Generation Next FC.
Yes, and we are in our champion circle. We'll be talking to Isabel Izzy Byron from the Harper Academy Sports Therapist and Health Talk with Dr. Rick. So if you stay tuned, we'll be right back with the GN Sports Show.
Our vision is to become the premier platform for showcasing and empowering young student athletes, providing them with the tools and exposure to excel both in sports and life, while shaping the next generation of confident, media-savvy leaders. The GN Sports Show is dedicated to highlighting the talent and stories of young student athletes across all sports disciplines. We aim to equip them with vital media exposure and public speaking skills, helping them grow into confident individuals both on and off the field. Through engaging interviews, mentorship, and real-world media experiences, we strive to foster personal and professional development that supports their athletic journeys. Sports Show.
In the Rising Star segment here with us this evening, we have Annalie Walter and Marvin Edwards III.
Can you guys say hello to the viewers?
Hello.
Annalie? Annalie, you're going to say hi?
Hi.
All right. Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome to the show. How are you all doing today?
Good.
Good. Yeah, I said that together. It's in sync. Okay, so Marvin, you know, when people name come in threes, you know what I mean? Eh?
You're in 3rd place.
You're in 3rd place. Alright, that doesn't make sure you know you're in 3rd place and you're not the first, right? Hey, Miss Annalie, and how are you today?
Good.
How are you? I'm trying to recognize. You look like somebody I know. Who's your mommy?
Ashley Walker.
Okay. Oh, so you do look like somebody I know. Alright. So how was school today for both of y'all?
Good. Good.
Good.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yes. Good and excellent.
Which part of school was good? Break time or class time?
Class time. Break time.
That boy, we like playing.
I love the
Break time. Okay, so what class are you in, Marvin? What grade you in?
Grade 1 Cherry.
And who is your teacher?
Mrs. Porges.
And what school you go to?
Post Millennial Academy.
Post Millennium Academy.
Is Mrs. Forges nice?
No.
Hey! Are you sure?
Yeah.
Maybe I should ask you that. Maybe I should ask.
Is she strict?
Is she strict?
Yes.
Is she a good teacher? Okay, well, that's the most important thing. Is she's a good teacher. And what about you, Annalie? What school you go to?
St. John Lutheran.
And what grade are you in?
Grade 1 2.
And your teacher is?
Miss Simpson.
Miss Simpson. Is Miss Simpson nice?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So both of y'all in Generation Next U7s?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's y'all coach? Coach Durant.
Marvin, who's your coach? You know your coach name? No? Is he cool?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
He's cool.
My own yes.
So when you call him, we call him Coach or Mr. Cool?
Coach.
You call him Coach.
Attaboy.
And what about you, Annalie?
I call him coach as well.
You call him Coach as well? So what kind of games y'all just play? Y'all just play tag and so when y'all in football? To
No.
warm up? Y'all don't play tag?
Yeah, we don't play tag.
I got teach. I have to teach y'all coach that tag game. It's a nice game where the start, they use that game to start where I have a ball and he doesn't have one and he run in to try that. If he touch me, I give him my ball. And then I had to chase it. Like 5 of us have ball and you don't have none and you chasing us to try to tag us to get a ball. Y'all never play that one?
No, we
Okay, alright.
Go ahead. Tell us the one you play. Go ahead.
we only done the one that we have to take the shirt from them, and then we have to take the ball and shoot it into the goal.
Okay. Okay. All right. What made you want to play football? Why did you want to play football?
Because I want to. Because it's so much fun.
It's fun, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Marvin, earlier I hear Coach Terry telling you that your father had a left foot. So your father never told you to play football?
Yes.
Who you used to play for? Who you told you used to play for?
Save your farm.
Oh, you used to play for Senior Farm? Oh.
So you never saw him play? You never saw him play, right?
Yes.
Oh, you saw him play before? Mm-hmm. He taught you anything? He ever teach you anything?
No.
No. Come on, Marvin.
He waiting for you to get bigger.
Go ahead. Okay, maybe that. Go ahead.
He waiting for you to get bigger. Okay? Well, your father had a nice left foot. And usually, left footers are the gem of football.
Yep.
Believe it or not.
Can you kick with your left foot?
Yes.
Nice.
You're a left footer? You're left-handed or right-handed, Malvin?
Left-handed.
Oh.
Attaboy.
Oh, you have a chance.
Attaboy.
You have a chance then, Malvin. if you're left foot, you have a chance. So what about you? And what foot is your favorite foot?
Both.
You kick with both feet?
Yeah.
Wow. I wish I could do that. Like, I could only use my right foot. And I'm still not good at it.
You don't use your right foot.
You good at both?
Yeah.
So what position do you play?
Striker.
And you, Annie?
No.
Do you like to score goals or do you like to defend?
I like to defend.
You like to defend? So that means you can slide
And
tackle?
shoot goals.
Can you slide tackle?
No. Yes, I can.
You can?
I know Marvin can. You like tackling people, right?
Yes.
Especially when they're going at your goal and you stop them, you have to tackle them, right?
Yes.
Attaboy.
I used to tackle them.
Yeah.
Coach keeps saying it's keep a foul.
Well, when you do it wrong, it's a foul. When you do it right, it's not a foul. So you go to practice, then you go home and do your homework, or you do your homework first and then you go to practice.
Homework first. I do homework after.
After football? Okay. Sometimes you want to do that homework all the time?
I love to do homework.
Oh, you like to do homework? Do you like to do homework, Marvin?
Maybe.
Speak the truth, Malvin.
Yeah.
Speak the truth.
Marvin,
Yes.
sometimes we're going to have to do it. Sometimes you're not going to want to do it, but you have to do it, right? Because,
Yes,
when
because you're going to get in lots of trouble at school.
attaboy, and maybe at home too, because mommy will say, you're not going to go play football if you don't do your homework. So,
Did mommy ever say that, Annalie?
No.
Said that mean you always do your homework.
I always do homework.
And what about you, Malvin? Your daddy had to tell you that you can't go football because you didn't do your homework?
Yes.
So you start to do your homework now because you want to go football, right? Alright, your daddy have a really good strategy there.
but that's a good thing. That would help you in the long run.
So when I finish all my homework, when I finish from football, I can play my tablet.
So you can play a tablet. And
What do you watch on your tablet?
where you playing your tablet? Angry Bird?
No.
Roadblocks?
Roadblock?
Yes.
Roadblock? Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's fun.
Do you all do anything else other than football?
I do
What-
two more things.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Music and gymnastics.
And in music, what instrument do you play?
Piano.
Piano. Okay, so what song can you play?
My dog likes to jog in the morning fog.
Oh, so you can play that song on the piano?
Yes.
And who is your piano teacher?
Miss Lewis.
Miss Lewis? And the gymnastics? Who teaches gymnastics?
Coaches.
What in gymnastics you like? Swinging on the bars, up on the board thing, bouncing and flipping over.
I like flipping over.
You like flipping over. So you go really good to gymnastics for the bouncy castle part of it.
There's no bouncy.
Yeah, you can flipping over. They're doing bouncy castle, flip over.
What about you, Marvin? What other sport other than football you play? You told us you like basketball. Are you playing basketball?
Yes.
What else are you playing? You said you played
Drums.
Drums? Like drum roll? Give us a drum roll on there. Go ahead, with your hand. Attaboy. Okay. So you like playing music?
Yes.
Is there a favorite song that you like to play? No? Anything? So you just hit the drums?
Yeah. When I reach in grade 5 or 4, I would do things.
Like join a band
Yes, or sing a song.
or sing a song? Can you sing any song right now? Our audience want to
New
hear
jam bang.
New
New jam bang. Sweet new jam bang. New jam bang. Crazy.
Attaboy. Okay, that's enough. That's it. Don't give them any more.
Yeah, don't give them any more. Don't give them any
Don't give them any more at all.
Then they might come and sign you. Because I know the manager New Gen Band, you know. So I might get you an audition if you're serious about it, okay?
No.
And you say like drums. So
4th or 5th grade?
I get you a
4th or 5th
drumming
grade?
gig.
You okay? Right? All right. So you guys like going football on Saturdays. So you guys drink off your water.
I don't do football on Saturdays. I do gymnastics on
Saturdays.
Saturdays or Fridays. But now
Okay.
I'm doing it on Fridays.
Okay.
And I'm not doing football on Saturday. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Aye, boy.
on Saturday.
So Terry's gonna ask y'all, do y'all drink off all your water before y'all start to train or during training?
Yeah. When you drink your water?
I do it when it's water break.
Oh, when it's water break. Marvin, what about you? When did you drink your water? Before training?
Before. No. First, when you're going to drink, one is going to. First, one coach says water break.
Oh.
Are you going to drink your eyes?
I don't know. Sometimes you never know.
So I have a question for y'all.
Okay.
Bet y'all water bottle's bigger than y'all, isn't it?
No. My bottle not bigger than
Your
mine.
water bottle, how big your water bottle? Your water bottle is about this high, isn't it?
No, this big.
That big. And you drink off all that water?
I drink it all off at soccer.
All?
Yes.
That big bottle of water?
Sometimes.
So that means y'all doing a lot of running down there by Coach Durant then?
Yes, that's why I drank all the water.
And what about you, Malvin? How big is your bottle?
This big.
You have a big bottle too? And you just drink off all that?
Yes. In one go.
One goal?
Wow. Oh, at water break?
That's a lot of water you drinking there, boy.
Okay, listen. So, do you guys have favorite players? Do you have a favorite footballer? Who's your favorite footballer?
Messi.
Let's see. What about you, Annalie? Do you have a favorite footballer that you like? Or a favorite gymnast that you like?
My favorite gymnast is, I don't know, she's a girl, but
She's
She's a girl, but I don't know her name.
That's okay. That's okay.
Alright, that's alright.
Next time you come back, you tell us.
Okay.
Why do you like Messi?
because
He left footed too.
But that's not what I like him. Because I go,
Is Ronaldo better than Messi?
is Ronaldo better than Messi? You're on the spot here. You better say the right thing. Is Ronaldo better than Messi?
I do not like getting Messi.
What do you think? Are you still thinking?
Yes.
But you like Messi, so I'm hoping that you say Messi is better than Ronaldo. Hey,
Annalie?
your mom and dad is here.
Anything.
Both of y'all mom and dad is here.
We
Tell
all
mom
want
and dad something. I don't know. say
Anything.
something.
You get one chance to say whatever you want to your mom now. Especially if it's nice. Go ahead. Your mom watching this. She's smiling. Tell your mom you love her.
Good, Annalie. Say something.
You not telling her you love her?
I love you, mommy.
And-
What
and-
about you, Marvin? Let me hear what you're gonna say. What are you gonna tell Marvin?
My mommy is good at gymnast.
Yeah.
Is she really? Is she really? She show you some tricks?
Yes.
Oh man. Oh man. All right. Maybe she have to. Maybe we need to call her up so she can show us some chicks as well. All right. Next time. Next time. All right. We've been talking to Annalie Walter and Marvin Edwards III. Always make sure they say the third, okay? Don't let them say Marvin Joseph, because the third, that's a special one, right? It's not that you're third place. It means your special 3 times, right? That's what that means. All right, and their Gen FCs are on the 7 players, rising stars of tomorrow. Might be basketball, might be gymnastics, might be football. You never know. Might be drumming, might be pianist. Piano. Okay. Might be playing the piano. You never know. They're rising stars here at Generation Next FC. We've been talking to them. Of course, we have more to come when we are back.
Sports Show.
This segment, the Champion Circle, will be interviewing Isabel Izzy Byron out of the UK, and she's a therapist at the Harpery Academy of Sport. Good evening, Izzy.
Good evening, George.
How are you doing this evening?
Yes, not bad, thank you. Well, how are you?
Not too bad at all. I'm sure it's quite past your bedtime, isn't it?
Nearly.
Oh, all right. So just give us a brief, just a brief bio of yourself, the sports you played, and like what teams you know doing therapy with.
So myself, I'm a sports therapist working predominantly within rugby. So I'm working with college rugby athletes at Hartwick College, but also through the men's pathway, and also with a semi-professional rugby club, so men's, called Cinderford Rugby Club. Also working alongside clinics, and myself, I have a strong passion for playing netball as well.
Oh, so you played a bit of netball?
Yes, I do.
At the collegiate level, or
So I used to play sort of school and then club and then university, but now I just play for fun, so just in a casual amateur league.
Okay, all right, no problem. So being in rugby, is rugby the only sports you do sports players you do therapy with, or you do footballers, netballers, that kind of thing?
So within a team environment, I'm with a rugby team, but then within the clinic, I see cyclists, footballers, rowers, golfers, netballers, runners, non-sporting population as well.
Okay, all right. So in that whole dynamic of seeing different athletes from different sporting disciplines, I know some of the injuries might occur from doing different things, but do they still require the same kind of therapy? If it's a knee injury, it's a knee injury. If it's an ankle injury, it's an ankle injury, innit?
Yes, yeah. So early stage wise, we're talking quite similar, whether it's sort of injury that's just happened or whether we're talking post-operation. But it's when you get to that sort of late stage rehab and you're returning someone to their sport, that's when you see the differences. So if are we talking them returning to rugby, or are we talking to football or netball? It's got different demands within the sport. Or if it's just running or day-to-day life or their job, again, it's finding out the demands of their sport and their day-to-day job to get them back to that better and stronger, as opposed to just sort of a general knee injury and rehabilitation.
All right. So with the early experiences that you have had with playing the sport for a bit and probably gotten a few injuries, does that help you to know how to approach different athletes and different injuries now that you're a therapist?
Yes, so I think that's what's got me into it at the beginning. So it made me, having those injuries at an early age made me think, oh, this is sort of giving me an insight to physiotherapy and sports therapy, because I saw a physiotherapist when I was injured and they helped me get through my injuries. So it made me sort of get to where I am today and therefore be able to relate to how did I feel when I was injured, and being courtside or pitchside and not being involved within the team makes you realise, okay, when I'm telling bad news or telling certain news of you can't play for X amount of time, or you're unable to participate in training or things like that, it makes you think, instead of treating them like a robot and going, oh, it's just day to day, I'd say it most days in my job, actually has an impact of how that person feels mentally as well, and how it affects their physical health too. So having that insight of sport myself has really made me empathise with the athlete and the patient themselves.
Yeah, because that makes a lot of sense, because I as an athlete, I was an athlete, never really wanted to hear you're going to be out for 3 weeks.
No.
You really don't want to hear that, right? You know the injury is serious because you could feel it as the athlete.
Yeah.
But hearing that you go out for 3 weeks or 4 weeks is not as easy as we're going to have to do a little therapy. You might have to relax a little bit. But, kind of ease you into the transition easier than just being told, boom, so
yeah.
I can understand. But from working from a clinical setting to working with elite athletes, just a few differences in working in key differences in working in both different pathways.
Yes. Yeah, so there's similarities and differences. So I would say the main difference is probably the pressure. So within a clinic environment, someone's paying to come and see you, they're coming off their own back, they've got a desire to come and see you to fix themselves, and it's not come necessarily from an external sort of coach, family or a teammate. It's normally from themselves that they want to fix and get better for themselves. Right. Whereas in that team environment, the difference with that, I would say the pressure, and also the fact that I can see the pressure. So it's more of, because it's the team environment, I'm the one communicating to the coach of this is what's happened and this is his progress and his plan for the foreseeable, for the season. It's that difference of, you can see the pressure and you can see how it mentally impacts that person as well, and that athlete. So it's being that person in between has its pros and cons, but I think being that person in between, being the middleman, is being able to be trusted, and that's the part of the job I enjoy. And obviously within that team environment, you also get lot more of a friendly environment as well, because you're seeing these athletes sort of every other day or far more often than you would see a patient in a clinic.
Yeah, so which one takes news the worst? You know, taking bad, which one takes bad news the worst? The person coming to the clinic or the athlete?
Oh, good question.
Has the worst reaction, you know, to bad news?
I would say the person probably in the team, because they feel like they're letting down the team as well. Whereas someone in a clinic might be competing in an individual sport or just sort of day-to-day job, that they go, okay, I can take that news. You've got time to process it. You're in a one-on-one environment, whereas sometimes in a team environment, that physio room is a bit of a community, and you have multiple people in there. So if you're having a private conversation, you can have that separately, but sometimes it's in front of others. Therefore, they can see the impact it has on the team and the coaches around them.
Okay, all right, I understand that. So working in Harpery and the rugby pathway, and it comes with a unique set of responsibilities, more likely, right? What are the main challenges and rewards, you know, and it's in supporting the athletes through their development? So
it's a huge reward seeing students, because I predominantly with that under 18, so as soon as they're starting their career, essentially, the rewards from that is seeing them in their first injury, as odd as that sounds. It's being able to educate them through, okay, I've had my first injury, this is what pain feels like, and this is normal, or what is normal, what isn't normal. The reward of seeing someone in that position, and then to seeing them thinking they're never going to get better, to then progressing to going back out onto the pitch and performing better than they did pre-injury. It does come with its sort of difficulties and challenges in terms of boundaries, especially with Harpery. They're under 18 students, so they're away from home, they're residential, a lot of them, so you know they're not going home every day. Therefore, they sometimes feel a bit homesick when they have these injuries, or just generally around the college. Therefore, it's having that boundary of being that person that they can, you know, have a shoulder to cry on, metaphorically, and be, you know, down and trust me, but also have that boundary of a staff member, and I'm here to help you, obviously emotionally, but mainly physically, and getting you through that injury. So it's having that safeguarding at the centre of the whole rehabilitation process.
So as a therapist, and you, let me say an athlete who plays on the rugby team is injured, and they're going to so they're with the Harpery team, so that means they're going to uni, right? So
college or university,
So is it best to have them on campus so you could monitor them day to day, or is it better for them to go up and be with their family? Because you know they could do classes online, so they don't really have to be at school to do most classes. So is it better to have them there where you could monitor them day to day, or is it more relaxing for them to go home and be the parent, or it all depends on the injury itself?
So like I said, depends on the injury itself, and also depends on the individual, and it depends on the situation, because some individuals would go home and benefit from that. They've gone, you know, they've had their emotions at home, and then they come and they're ready to go again when they come back onto college or university. But some individuals may end up taking themselves home, then being too fearful to leave home and come back to college, and therefore sort of isolating themselves. So that's the negative side of it that we try, you know, to ensure that they can come onto college, still remain part of that team, so that they're not isolating themselves, especially through an injury.
All right. As deputy medical at Cinderford for several years now, how has that evolved, and what leadership lessons have you learned along the way?
So leadership sort of come right through, because I was actually a student on my placement as a student sports therapist when I first started 5 years ago at that rugby club. So at that point, no leadership, it was just learning and gaining as much experience as I could. Over time then, I was fortunate enough to be offered a job after that, so stayed, and my leadership has progressed every season through in terms of decision making, and now it's quite rewarding to see that the coaches and the directors and the staff see myself and the head of medical as pretty much equal at this point in terms of that leadership and decision making. So mentoring is a huge part of my job there. So mentoring the placement students that I once was. So that's the strong leadership skills that I show through there in teaching them to help them become a better therapist and watching them grow again through the season, which sort of runs from June, July all the way through to April. So it's just under a year, and the progression that I can see from my skills of teaching them and mentoring them through the season is great. But also having the leadership and the decision making and the final decision on their return to play. So especially with the long-term injured athletes that come and potentially are injured in pre-season and that might not come back that season, or might just be coming back in sort of January, February time. So it's been quite a long time out of sport, is having that decision to say, actually, now they've hit these markers, now we're ready to return to running or to return to training. So it's something that I've seen grow over the 5 years, and I'm sure it will continue to grow.
All right, so you have gotten opportunities to travel internationally to charity events. How has that experience influenced your professional growth and positivity on sports health?
So that's a good one, because I've been really fortunate to have travelled with teams, so cycling and rugby. So I was a big highlight of mine was I've done 3 tours of an amateur version of the Tour de France. So it's called Tour 21, and it's where an amateur group of cyclists go across to do the whole Tour de France, but a week ahead of the event, and they do it to raise money for charity. So what I've seen, like the physical healthcare side of Europe is brilliant, and it's, in England we say, oh it's great we have the NHS and the healthcare, but actually when you go abroad and you see there, it's so efficient, it's so quick, and the care they get there is great. But also what I've seen, again, as a bit of a theme, is the emotional side of when they got injured on this charity event raising money. They then carry on the tour, but they are injured, and it's having that emotional side of, I was raising money for Cure Leukemia, so a charity that might have meant a lot to them, and they've got a personal connection with. So it's dealing with that as well. Same as when I've been to South Africa, so to Johannesburg, for organising the 3rd tour to go there with the Hartbury College under-18s rugby team as well. So again, you see healthcare out there, which is still advanced, and it's great to see that. However, you do see the side of injury where it's the communication, and again, being so far away from home, being injured, especially on those tours. So those tours have definitely a pros and cons that come with them.
Okay, cool. Well, you've gone through a lot. You look pretty young though, but speaking to you has been like, you've really gone through, crammed a lot of things. So you're into rugby, and from my I haven't never played rugby, but I've seen it on the telly, and it seems like it's a sport where injuries do happen. So is there some specific strategy or method which you all have put in place to prevent injuries and to help players to perform so that they could be at their best throughout the whole season?
Yeah, so injury prevention is a huge research topic that's just ongoing all the time, and it's something that at Hartbury College we're really lucky to have access, or the students are really lucky to have access to what's called a strength and conditioning coach. So I work closely with them throughout the season, from pre-season all the way to the end, and help build a robustness. So especially in rugby and under 18s, the risk of dislocations and high impact injuries is quite large, especially under 20 years old. So it's something that we put together in pre-season, a bit of a block and a plan looking at the previous season's injuries. So we do an injury surveillance, so I can see the mechanism of injury, how they got injured, what body part, on what surface, what were they wearing in terms of mouth guard and shoulder pads, and what patterns have we got from one season. We take that into a meeting in pre-season. We plan sort of structure of what are we going to focus on more. Obviously, there are some injuries you can't prevent massively, but there are definitely some that we can, or limit the severity of them as much as we can. So yeah, we put together a robustness, and that's as well led by our S&C coach throughout the season, pre-training, and it's also educated to the students, especially at a young age, to help them develop their own sort of injury prevention, especially going into that sport.
Okay, well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I am very much inspired by you, just listening to all the stories and I can't really go into physiotherapy. I can't remember the different bones, the name of bones and body parts and muscle and all that. I'm too old for that now. But it's very inspiring listening to a young lady like you, talk with that kind of passion too, like you really enjoy what you're doing. So for aspiring young physiotherapists, students, looking to go into that field where you're in, what would your advice be to them?
My advice at the beginning would be gain as much experience in different fields when you're a student. So use that time wisely to really go and work under different mentors, because everyone will teach you something different, and all of those experiences are really valuable to put into your future. But also, find a mentor that you aspire to, so then you can grow from them and sort of help through with their pathway and discuss with them how did they get to where they were, because again, everyone will be different. But also honesty. So gaining trust with patients, I think, is a key thing. So it's helped build a rapport. Just from my clinical experience as well, being honest with, you're always going to see injuries that are rare or that you're not as experienced with. So be honest and being honest with the patient and saying, look, I've only seen a few of these, but what we'll do is we'll try this, or I'll refer you on if this isn't for me, or I'll go and do more research on this specific thing, or this isn't presenting quite as I would expect it to. And just being honest is the best way to build someone's trust. And then last of all, enjoy your job. So get out what you want to put into it, and you will enjoy it.
All right. Well, once again, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Izzy. Thank you very much for coming on the show. And I show that the youngsters who are out there who may not have much talent but wants to be a part of sport would probably get something, or definitely get something from this interview once they pay keen attention. So you enjoy the rest of the evening, and it has been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
And with that, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
We would like to thank the sponsors of Generation Next: Fruta, Antigua Masonry Products, Citizenship by Investment Unit, ACT, Flow, Island Photo, and Francis Trading Agency.
Welcome back. You're watching the GN Sports Show, and it is now time for Health Talk. And our doctor in the house, Dr. Rick, joins us on the GN Sports Show. Dr. Rick.
Hi, everybody. Happy New Year.
Same to you, Doc. Awesome. So we're still educating parents and the youths.
We are.
Young athletes.
We are.
We're still educating them, let them know what their bodies can do and shouldn't be doing.
Absolutely.
Should be doing at this age. Where do you think we should start?
Well, we should start with youth sports and nutrition.
Okay.
And some of the fallacies, some of the myths around nutrition, that just because a kid is in sports and he's very active and he looks nice and thin and fit, that he's getting good nutrition and he's healthy. It usually is the case, but it is not always the case. Especially kids in youth sports, they are so active that they use up their nutrients. And now, if they're not having a good diet, if they're food insecure, they're not getting the right kind of food, they're eating a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of sugary drinks, a lot of what we call junk food, they're not going to get the proper nutrients, even though they get enough calories. And they may look thin and they may look fit, but that doesn't necessarily mean they are. So what do parents have to know? Well, first of all, on a Caribbean island, we have a little bit of food insecurity, don't we? Because we have to do what? Import so much food. Food's expensive. And what's the easiest thing to do? To cut down on the protein. But yet it's that protein and the fats that are associated with the protein that give us the key things that kids need to make sure that they're eating nutritious food and they're getting the right nutrients, right? The vitamins, the cofactors, not the big stuff, the proteins and the fats. Okay, we need that too, but the little things. So I'll focus right now on 3 little things. One is called vitamin B12. Builds red blood cells in our bone marrow.
Right.
Helps us carry oxygen in the blood because we have red blood cells that make hemoglobin, that carry oxygen, and we certainly need that for growth and development of all the tissues. So, and without that, you will get anemia. You heard of anemia?
Yep.
Right? You won't be able to supply enough oxygen to the tissues. So that's very key to make sure they get enough vitamin B12. The next one.
Quick, Doc, sorry, before you move on.
Yes.
This vitamin D12, you have to get it from a tablet, or is there some specific?
No, it's in the food.
Okay, so what do you eat to...
The protein and the fats.
Okay, all right.
But you're not going to get it from the junk food. You're not going to get it from the carbohydrates.
So junk food entails burgers, fries,
That's right.
fried chicken, that kind of stuff.
Well, yes.
Okay.
And too many carbohydrates. Beans are good. They're a good source of protein. But they don't have a lot of vitamin B12. They don't have a lot of iron. That's another one. And the third one is zinc that these kids need to make sure they have optimal nutrition. And these are things we normally don't check very much. The doctor doesn't check on this stuff because they go on the symptoms. Oh, the kid's not having any symptoms. So we're going to make sure, we're going to just assume he has good nutrition and he's eating nutritious food. So what is nutritious food? Poultry, fish, eggs, things that have protein and fat in it, that are going to have the vitamin B12, that are going to have the zinc, that are going to have the iron that they need to support all the reactions in the body, all the chemical reactions in the body that we call metabolism, that they need for their growth and development. You see? So when we get a kid who's, let's say, a little food insecure, and so the parents cut back on the protein a little bit, and then they add a lot of beans, okay? They're getting a little protein, but they're not getting the zinc and they're not getting the iron, you see? And they're probably not getting enough vitamin B12 either. So, what do we do? Well, one of the problems with too much veggies, so you can overdo the veggies, is
Can you
the veggies, yes, the lentils and stuff like that, have a chemical in them called phytates. P-H-Y-T-A-T-E-S, phytates.
That's in lentil, in
Yes,
beans and stuff
yes,
like that.
Yes, plants.
Okay, and
Plants
plants in general.
store away phosphorus. You heard of phosphorus, P?
Yes, yes.
Plants store away phosphorus as phytates. Okay? When you take in too many phytates, right? There's a problem. So what do we need phosphorus for in the beginning? Who remembers from our previous discussion? Where do we get the P from? A, T, what's the third letter? P. Remember, it's adenosine triphosphate, ATP?
Yes.
That's the energy in the cell. That's the battery juice of the cell.
No, we was in that class, but we ate so much ham over the Christmas we did.
Yes, you did.
All that. Okay.
That's the energy. That's the energy in the cell that makes the cell work. It's the battery juice in the cell, just like your computer. Your computer gets overused, you use up the ATP. A kid overtrains, he uses up his ATP. He's got to keep replenishing it. So you'd use beans, let's say, and a lot of lentils to replenish it. Now, you don't take in a lot of protein. It looks like you're getting enough calories, right? The kid is maintaining his weight. He's maintaining his activity level, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he's getting the optimal nutrition. Now, why? That phosphorus that we get from the plants doesn't get as absorbed as well as it does from an animal source to make that battery juice inside of our cells. We need that last phosphorus, okay? That ATP, that P on the A and T, that's where the energy comes from the phosphorus.
So we get.
So too much of this phytate, P-H-Y-T-A-T-E, phytate, right, is going to interfere with the zinc, the vitamin B12, and the iron.
Okay.
You see, that's the problem.
All right.
That's the problem. So what's a solution? Let's come up with a reasonable solution. What would the solution be?
You tell us.
You got to get the eggs, you got to get the meat, you got to get the poultry, and you got to get the fish into the diet with the beans, with the lentils. Now you got something good.
Oh, I see.
You see? But when you rely too much, when it's unbalanced, you rely too much on the beans, too much. Now you can create a nutritional imbalance where the youth is going to be maybe thin, right?
Like me.
Like you, but not optimally nourished. But the point is, if the parents now cut back on the egg, parents cut back on the meat, poultry, or the fish. Now, eggs are not very expensive. Meat, poultry, and fish is expensive. Eggs are not very expensive. They're less expensive, I think, although they are more expensive than they were 12 years ago when I got here. But yet, you can substitute the eggs.
Okay.
Right? So what I'm warning people is that just because a kid looks like he's fit doesn't mean he's fit. Now, how do they know? You have to go by the symptoms because we don't have the money. Not just, all of us don't have the money to constantly look for these nutrients, very expensive laboratory tests you have to do to find them. You have to go by the symptoms. So what symptoms would a kid show if they were that thin kid, very active, doing sports, but not optimally nourished? What do you think?
Probably fatigue.
There you go, brother. You should go to medical school.
No.
That's it.
That's a lot.
One thing is, they're not going to keep up with their peers as well. So when you see your child falling behind in keeping up, you have to start thinking about their nutrition. You think of other things too. Maybe they're injured, right? Maybe they're having social problems, psychological problems. There's all kind of reasons. But I don't want you to leave out the nutrition, because the nutrition piece is one of the easiest pieces we can correct, can't we?
True. Yeah.
We can just change our behavior.
We know these eager kids that, skill, talent.
Yes.
Up there, but they're eager to play, they want to play. Anytime you see them with a ball, but maybe at home they're not eating right. We don't write those off. We don't say, hey, you're not eating right, so you're unhealthy, you're undernourished.
No, but that's when you should start asking the doctor the question. You take out a growth chart. Doctors, pediatricians always have growth charts for children. Are they keeping up with their peers? Are they in the right area in terms of height and weight? And are they developing? In other words, is the height and weight increasing the way it should? Or is it lagging behind?
All right.
Are they lagging behind their peers when they're in their activity level or even in the sport? What else? Schoolwork. Are they thinking straight? Because the iron is bringing oxygen to the brain. The zinc creates enzymes and proteins that are necessary for sharp thinking. What if they're not a sharp thinker? What if they're not doing well in school? Not because they don't want to, because they're just thinking too slow. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, again, these are three nutrients, zinc, vitamin B12, and iron, that we would then look into if we saw that we had a lot of symptoms like that. Emotional imbalance.
Yeah, so let me interject 1 second there. You know the quarterback Tom Brady?
I do.
Yeah. When he came out of Michigan, he was 199 pick.
Yes.
NFL draft. And he was lean like George over there.
Yeah.
Right? And all kind of people write him off.
As in leaning over.
Slimly built. Right? And I'm sure you know the story. All those teams write him off. Right? Mr. Irrelevant.
Yes.
The 199 pick.
Yes.
But he didn't have the bucks to do the nutritious meals and dieting and all of that. Then TB12 came in, he started winning some Super Bowls, he started getting some money. Then he have this strict diet where you eat ridiculous, as in healthy
Ridiculous.
food.
Yeah, well, they have the money. When you have the money, you can do it easily.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, You're comparing him.
No. I was just saying.
Yeah.
That's when I think athletes start to look at, hey, taking care of my body.
Oh, I see.
taking
Yes,
care of-
absolutely. When they
you
have
get
the money.
to that age. No, we're telling a 10-year-old or an 18-year-old. Well, listen, brother. You gotta eat your vegetables. You gotta be nourished. You gotta keep up with this. You gotta keep up with that. And some of our parents don't really have the means.
Yeah.
What I'm asking, is there a shortcut to this for those that don't have the means, like a Tom Brady?
Oh, lower than a Tom Brady. The
Lower
Tom
than
Brady is
Tom
kind of high.
Yeah, no, because coming out of college, he wasn't that guy. You know, he took his time and he got to where he can hire the best nutritionists, the best whatever, chefs and all of that stuff.
Yeah, but he still had something. He
is
was still playing college football.
Football, yeah.
Right? So he was competitive compared to the average person.
Okay.
So he was getting good nutrition at home.
nutrition, okay.
So you're talking about optimizing for Olympic-style athletes and the best performance in the world. Yes, of course, you can do that, but there's no real proof that does the trick.
Okay.
Because all you need is the minimum. And sometimes too much creates an unbalance too. So it could be that the nutrition had nothing to do with it. It was the training and not the nutrition.
Okay.
How do you prove it?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
That's where I wanted you to clear up.
Yeah, and that's why then people get involved in taking a lot of supplements. Oh, Tom Brady takes this supplement and he's advertising it, so we're going to take all these supplements, and then you make your diet even more unbalanced by taking all the supplements and not taking in the good nutritious food. Again, adults who are, let's say, in the elderly years of their lives can get away with that because we don't do much. Present company excluded. They sit around all day. They watch television. They go for a walk. They eat one meal a day. Not a big deal. They're fine. They're matching their metabolism and their needs with their food. So if they don't take in enough protein, they should take in more protein. It would help with their immune system. Fight off cancer and all kinds of diseases. But let's say they don't have the money and they don't take in enough protein. Okay, come on. They're not doing much. But that's not true of kids. And what we have to worry about kids are our future. Kids are the future. And that's what this show is all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what our program is all about. So we have to prepare kids not for just athletics, but for solving the world's problems.
All right.
And how are they going to do that? They got to think. They have to also be good athletes. Now, why do you have to be a good athlete? Well, you have to be a good athlete, or you have to be interested in your body, because healthy mind, healthy body. Healthy body, healthy mind. They go together. So, for example, when I do balance exercise, let's say I'm an old man and all I can do is balance exercises. By the way, folks, it's not true. But if it were true, let's say I'm one of those people, very sedentary, and all I do is balance exercise. Even just doing balance exercises is going to stimulate my brain to help me think better. So you see, I'm doing the balance exercises to physically help me with my physical balance. But the same part of the brain called remember that part of the brain? Cerebellum. There's a little brain in the back of our big brain called the cerebellum.
My little brain hurting me right now.
That coordinates all of that balance that I'm talking
So
about.
the cerebellum helps with the balance.
Balance and synchronizes all your muscles for all these sports. What is muscle memory all about? It comes from the cerebellum.
Yep.
So when you work on that with a kid, it also, we learn now, that same cerebellum is coordinating his thoughts. Now he's a faster thinker. And now if you don't have enough vitamin B12, if you don't have enough iron, and you don't have enough zinc, and you don't have enough protein in your diet, those systems start failing. Did you have a lot of injuries?
No.
There you go. You were well nourished, probably. Probably. I can't prove
thanks,
it.
mommy. That's
You
what
had
I
enough
wanted.
vitamin
I just
B12.
wanted to
You
tell
had
mommy.
enough iron. You had enough zinc. You
just-
had enough. Maybe it was just barely enough, but that's all you need is barely enough. More is not better when it comes to these things.
I just wanted to say thank you, mommy.
Yes.
You know, because I believe that was why I played that long, because she with minimal, she did well.
Good habits.
I had good breakfast.
Good habits.
Lunch might be my worst option,
Yeah.
but dinner was always thing.
Yeah.
And
So what? Wait a second. What's the life lesson here for the parents? Just like you said, if your child is thin
right.
and playing
Right.
and active, and he's not getting colds.
Now, I was never sick.
See?
I was never sick.
Never sick. That means he had enough protein because his immune system was working. Because when you don't get enough protein, your immune system goes down, and now you get sickly. You get colds, you get viruses, you get all kinds of infections, you get all kinds of things like that. Do you see that with your kids when you guys are coaching? Did some kids just miss practice a lot because they get sick, or no?
Well, for me, if I don't see them, I just blame it on the parent, really.
Oh, okay, you don't really know, so you don't.
I don't really know.
You don't check into it. But if you did check into it, you'd probably find that there are kids who drop out because of, let's say, frequent injuries or colds. You see? So we need, for example, we need that zinc, we need that vitamin B12, we need that iron to repair our muscles.
So, quick question, that. Just, I'm going to make it about me again, eh? So, as I said, as a kid, I didn't do much doctor. I mean, I can't remember my mom having to take me to a doctor or to the hospital much. I've been through my whole life just going. I've played football abroad and I played locally. I've never had no injury that had me out for months. I might get a little... I never had an injury that had me out, period. I just play week in and week out, every week for 25 years. You understand? But now I'm big, my girlfriend keep telling me, oh, you need to go to the doctor to get a checkup. But me ain't sick.
Okay, well, 80% of the diseases or conditions that we get correct themselves. See this thing called the human body? Yeah. See this thing called the brain? Mm-hmm. See this thing called the heart? See this thing called the lungs? See this thing called the kidneys? Okay, I can go on and on and on. But they're self-regulating. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, if you give them the right nutrition, they're self-regulating. When something goes wrong, it'll correct itself. That's the beauty of the human body. That's what a robot can't do. But I think we're getting there. The robots can do. That's the difference between living things and robots and machines. Machines can't fix themselves. We fix ourselves. So I guarantee you were on the verge of sickness. But it was self-correcting. So it wasn't far off from the normal. Now, 20% of the things that go wrong with people, you need a treatment for. And that's why you need the physician. Now, do we want to take that chance with our children in youth sports and tell them, oh, don't go to your doctor. Be like my man here. Oh, never go to a doctor. No, we don't. We don't want to take that chance because if they are in that 20%, we don't know who's in the 20% and who's not, who needs the doctor. Now you're messing up their whole life because you could catch something and correct it before it gets worse. So for example, let's say a kid isn't growing properly. You take the child to the pediatrician. He checks the growth charts. And he says, oh, you're not growing well enough. Right? Okay, we can catch it. We can give them treatments. We can improve their nutrition. We can give them more sleep. We can even give them growth hormone as a drug to make them grow more if it's really severe. You see? And now they're going to have much more chance to be successful, not just in sports, but in life in general. But, you see, if you're in that 80%, you don't need it. You were in the 80%. Okay, you got by. You lucked out, man. But get on your phone. I want to talk to mom. I want to talk to mommy.
I don't have my phone on me.
Okay. Want to talk to mommy? Because I guarantee if I talk to mommy, she's going to tell you that she took you to the doctor.
Talk to mommy because she's going to watch the show.
Okay, mommy, call me and let me know.
All right.
Whether you actually took him to the doctor.
No, I couldn't
I think he
remember.
doesn't remember.
No, doc. I've never been to the doctor. I've never been. Up to now.
As a child?
No, I never.
You never got a shot? You never
Yes,
got a vaccination?
I went to the clinic.
Oh, cool. Well, that's the doctor.
The school did that.
Right, but they were also checking your blood, perhaps.
Okay, all right.
You see?
All right. But like, no one said go been to the doctor. I mean, like sick and my mom had to take
Oh, I
me.
get you. Yeah.
I
No,
never-
you're
I know,
self-regulating.
I get my little, tetanus shot.
Are you sure you're human?
Last time I checked that.
Because it sounds like you might be a robot.
I just think I tend to believe that at some point in time in my life when I wasn't getting injured, I wasn't
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
And I
you're
watching-
like a machine.
And I'm watching my friends and them crumble all around me.
There you go.
I guess I was just in the 80% as you say. But Doc, as you said, it's always good to get these kind of insight on the ins and outs of what we can help.
I think it is.
Because sometimes as a coach, you just be telling yourself, why is this child not getting this, or why he tend to always, coach, when is the next water break, or coach, I have a headache, and you just looking at it as this boy just lazy, You know what I'm saying? So it's, being able to understand these things of knowing that they're supposed to be getting this and this will help with that, and you know what I'm saying, and how to prevent and avoid certain things, the fatigue, the faintiness, the lack of enthusiasm sometimes.
Yes. And there's many causes. And so what are we trying to do here? We're trying to just raise the awareness, have a discussion, so people will think beyond the obvious all the time. Because you would think that we think of nutrition first. How many people in this room think of nutrition first? You don't.
One.
Yeah, maybe one.
You.
Yeah. Most people don't think of nutrition first.
Feed the hunger first.
But that's right. But there's the old adage, you are what you eat.
Yeah.
You see? And some people take better care of their vehicles than they do their body. They pay more attention to the fuel they put into the car than they do the fuel they put into their mouths.
So, Doc, it's a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing you every week and having these insightful conversations. And sometimes the debate, I know I'm wrong. I still have to challenge you.
No, you're never wrong.
I know I just be wrong, but I still have to challenge you.
You're never wrong, but you're seldom right.
But always great talking to you, Doc. Having you on the show every week is a plus. For the viewers.
I enjoy it too.
For the viewers, for
Parents
us.
and players learn.
We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with the GN Sports Show.
GN Sports Show.
On behalf of the Calvin Ayre Foundation, we are again excited to be ushering in another Football ID Combine in partnership with the Generation Next Football Club. This year's event will offer 2 full days of drills and assessments, but it really is so much more than that. The event will be a platform that's designed to identify aspiring footballers by exposing them to professional evaluation by scouts from across the US and the UK. For many of these athletes, this moment gives them the possibility to be seen and to hopefully be one step closer to their dreams of becoming professional footballers. So we encourage all eligible players to come out, stay focused on the field, and do your best. We are very proud of the success of this program because thus far it has produced 28 partial scholarships in the US and 1 full scholarship, and in the UK has offered 18 partial scholarships and 1 full scholarship. At the Calvin Ayre Foundation, we remain committed to supporting sport as a powerful tool for youth development and for positive change, and so we look forward to another very inspiring and impactful CAF Generation Next Foundation Football ID Combine.
GN Sports Show.
But that's our show. The first episode of Season 5 here on the GN Sports Show. We hope you learned something from either of our guests here on the GN Sports Show.
And we'll be looking forward to seeing you next week here on the GN Sports Show. Do have a pleasant evening.
It's their time to shine on the GN Sports. So grab your gear, lace up those shoes. It's time to show the world what you can do. On the GN Sports Show, you'll find your light. With every step, you're reaching new heights. GN Sports, GN Sports, where the youth lead the find your light with every